Alright. Excuse me, stretching. Hello, this is Chiak. We are back with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Starting this rather late, but it happens. Either way, last set, I believe, if I chose the wrong load, there was a knock at the door. So we're gonna see who's at the door. Hopefully... Rattle?
Makoto.
Okay. Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I found myself wide awake. She says for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Hurry. Let's hurry. Alright. So, things have started off. The rec room again?
Huh?
Makoto, Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Sakura. Is she unconscious? Oh no! Hello, regulator! She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey.
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond.
Huh?
So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. The door is locked, right? If we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said.
Wrong.
The door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Don't tell me there's like a second body by the door. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rules doesn't apply. The rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll get something to break it with. Oh, wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. I think Kyoko knows what's up. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a broom! In the classroom! Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... all I felt was cold death. Damn it. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... there we go.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Danganronpa.
Huh? Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I thought you already were examining her body, but okay. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Org?
Yes!
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura.
What?
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 You're accusing us before we even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive you.
One of you did it. I know it. Is that Monokuma?
You know it?
Yep.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that,
Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wants to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then...
In other words...
Then I killed her?
Hmm?
Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. My whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
Phew!
Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down the behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
Well done!
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe ya one.
What is this?
You owe them one?
Oopsies. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
Shing!
Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't forgive you.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay then. Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. Does that mean this is just all on Makoto here? What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in as much danger as... Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in, just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway.
And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
That's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. What time is it right now? Jesus. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. A strong blow to the victim's head. You know, if I would have thought Sakura would be taken out, it would be poison, unless that is going to come to. Okay, it just says the evidence is a strong blow to the victim's head, but maybe that is not actually the case. However, it seems... There we go. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Okay.
Hey,
I think this case might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. A locked room murder? Guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking of the door of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
What? Okay, sorry. She says correct, but it sounds like it's a response to a thought in his head, which doesn't make sense, but okay. The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a gun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room?
In other words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. Is it the locker? I really want that locker to be something. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which one of those 4 choices seem the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the hidden truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Oh, hello, everyone just popped up there. Okay. Oh, there's actually something on the locker. It's not an escape route, but there are shards of glass. Oh, I thought that was blood. There are shards of glass scattered across the chair Sakura is sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Okay. Huh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fit in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Is that Monokuma hugging a knight piece? This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura's got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Okay. Well, that's when we... Okay, let's see if we can talk to people. Yeah, you gotta stop doing this. We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Okay. That's definitely not knowing who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here? You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? Monokuma's file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Okay. So that's why she suspects him so much. Again, that doesn't... I mean, unless you want to say all three of them, but I think that's typically... Again, the accomplice thing comes into effect, right? But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. I'm hoping that, like, it wasn't IOE, or, like, it wasn't, I don't know, what, especially suicide, I don't know, does Sakura do that?
However,
Maybe for IOE in some way, but we'll see, But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expect to stand any chance against her. Okay.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said, and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. Okay, yeah, that's the protein stuff.
So,
Looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. So, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
That's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Huh. What does that mean?
So,
Can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. Was evidence planted afterwards? I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue. I'm not sure I see how. Okay. It's candy wrapper, and then we have this. Huh, the locker's open. And there on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust. That's dust? Okay.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding in here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not possible. Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Okay. Means she has a... Oh, hello, there's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Is there any clues in the magazine shelf? Okay, no, just checking. What's this? There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Ah! And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in the bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other
So
words,
this is the Monokuma version of a Monokuma bottle, if you will. Okay, so that was... I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground, the red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Because everyone already forgot about the poison. Okay. Why can't I look at the clock? Or is that just look at the clock? It's 1 o'clock right now according to the Monokuma file. She died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Okay, so I think that this is the last thing here. Yeah. Double check. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I could see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically says she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body had been added to triple. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Poison! Okay, is that it? Usually, this door is the only way in or out to the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened of course when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Oh, the chair? Here we go. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
And you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay, so that's what we're doing next. So now, those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay. I was about to say, like, do I have to go and find them now? Alright, well, my question is it Genocide Joe or Toko that we're dealing with here? Sayaka... Toko. I pressed the doorbell, and after a few seconds... Yes, Toko.
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. The aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said to, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared. So, I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I had no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, Hiro. Hiro. I pressed the doorbell, and after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened to you? But not the only one. I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Or told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well, she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Org was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me!
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. The big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh.
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Org asked to meet with me, but I never went. So if you excuse me. Okay, before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. Oh, that's how that's how we're identifying it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? Definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start? We're heading to the chem lab. Head to the chem lab before we go check out the crime scene again. Also, why am I walking? There are easier ways. 3rd floor, where's the chem lab? The 5th floor, right? Yeah, okay. Chem lab is all the way at the end. Oh.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Whatever, Rekia. Oh, blah blah blah. Is that something? Okay, no, those are just... This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh, look at that, poison. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like a bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must have been related to the case somehow. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean we? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. That's your... okay. So So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints had only business at the leftmost shelf. Why did we need to draw this out? We can see it right here. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. You see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are really valuable clue. Okay. So there's more than... So the powder itself, here you go. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Should probably take a good hard look at the powder. Okay, there's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. You know that. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle is labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in that powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. But like, did they spill the bottle and then went to the left side of the shelf? According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can say for now. Okay. The powder came from this shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. Poisons, sorry. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals but I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of this shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. One thing I want to look at right now, the protein shake. What's... A2. Okay. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf were labeled with the letter A and the number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay. So that's it for here. I think the rec room is just downstairs, right? We shouldn't have to travel too far. This way.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying? You...
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body in the shelf magazine and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's
just a
body.
second.
Okay, just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Oh, well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey,
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Like me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to, although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. And how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch a dead body in the past. To touch dead bodies in the past. Okay. Oh yeah, what? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
correct.
See the yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
Powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just
It
explain.
would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So, that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Okay. There is a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. I can only assume that the blood is Sakura's, but that's strange if true. Okay, I thought maybe it was just, no, it was the magazine itself, right? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh, this magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold bloody letters. It had said Toko, except for the fact that she has no blood on her fingers. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
And it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It's indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not sure who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might become looking. Hey, is that... This is Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it. What the heck? Then, she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I will forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Okay, we already know it's a false trail. It's at the Monokuma bottles, right? I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something... Okay, so she said 2 balls were used. The knight. So the other one is the queen piece? I'm assuming it's the queen piece that's missing?
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation? Hey, Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that bother me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that? Makoto, we just touched all over the crime scene. It's a done deal at this point.
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And the obnoxious Byakuya's not here,
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? What's the point of the experiment? It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the 2 normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what we might expect to see... Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collect will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
So then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other
The
words...
result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together. And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Ready? That's investigation?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See?
Oh, sorry. Sorry for cutting you off, Monokuma. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then...
The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery!
What?
What the...
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, If you toss it in smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body.
Okay. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse?
here.
No matter how great something is, you put in a sad face makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
He's right. It does make it seem sad.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there.
Okay. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys.
How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Okay. I don't know why do you keep repeating
Don't
that?
look at me!
I said before and I'll say again, it wasn't me. The culprit is one of us, make no mistake about that.
What the heck?
Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you?
Hey,
Standing around isn't going to do any good. Let's get going.
What the heck?
Okay, she's basically saying the same thing. Yeah, I am looking for points. Listen, I know they said not to stand around. I think that's it? Alright, let's go. That was a very short investigation. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. You watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again.
Just 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind of depressing.
That's so few. You must be so lonely.
You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
And so the curtains opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial. Yes, let's save. Alright. This is definitely a lot shorter of a... I mean, in comparison to the last murder, this is definitely a lot shorter. So, let's have a look at everything again. The victim was Sakura Ogami. Time of death around noon. Body discovered an hour later. Strong evidence, a blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. I drink my blow tea. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Nothing else? Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there are no injuries or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it became available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom piece, it was concluded that the shards must have come from the bottle. A Monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. There are a number of red bottles on the shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a Monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door, the container labeled Kemi 2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get into the room were found both around and underneath the container. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was open before they opened the locked room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but also claimed that he never went to see her and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's note, but also claimed that she never went to see her. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not one. No blow was found on either side No blood was found on either side of hands. On either of her hands. All the Monokuma bottles appeared to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. On the magazine shelf, one magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used the finger to do so. There are so many clues. On the shelf in the chem lab, section A contains supplements, B reagents, C harmful chemicals, bottle of poison labeled as section C had been placed in section A of the shelf. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone have left footprints in the powder still spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appear only near the leftmost section of the shelf. Okay. Did she write her name on her shoes? Okay. See, I'm not quite sure what to do about this one. It could be a number of things, but... Okay, what do we got? There are so many skills and, like... We have... I technically can't do anything with this. Because I only have room for 2 more. Effective during bullet time battles. Which I'm gonna have to make sure to press exit because since I missed that tutorial from the last thing. By accident, my bad. Focus gauge recovers more quickly, affected during the non-stop debate, Hangman's Gambit, and bullet time battle. So yeah, this is specifically towards the bullet time battle. Yeah, I think we can just about do anything. Increases the influence gauge, which I desperately need. Time limit for each phase. Cool and composed. Yeah, I can't really do anything with this. Oh boy, See, I'm questioning... I don't rule out... I don't know if like one theory is that maybe Sakura with Hina included in her own death. It's like part suicide. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know. Because this time of the incident, but Sakura is the one with the... And in order for that bottle would have to been spilled when she was standing there, which would suggest someone else was in that room, right? I mean, to me, that's what it suggests. Okay. The question is... Other theory. I don't know how well of Hero being the culprit. And then I wonder if Hina would actually have done it, just because this game likes to surprise us. Okay. Well, here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish everyone. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
I feel like she says this so many times. It's always her, right? Like, I'm not imagining this. She did it during the last trial. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she did during Makoto when he was the main suspect, but... Yep.
Whoa! Deja vu!
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Anko is also Hiro as a possible suspect, considering Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Okay. Her count that the message.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her!
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay. Got distracted by...
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have?
Because you all had You hated her!
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong!
Clearly,
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
I almost thought I missed that because the slowdown time disappeared right when those pink words were coming.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Okay. Make your argument. Pocket trash.
fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Okay, not that.
I didn't either.
Oh, they're going to do this,
Yeah,
huh?
same here. I never saw her.
No! Oh my god, why did that happen?
Come on. There's no way none of you went.
How do I...
At least one of you is lying.
I think, okay, so I'm learning right now, if I'm holding the control, or holding something, I don't know what I was holding down, but I wasn't holding the left mouse button, but it focused in and changed it, which I didn't want.
The fact that Sakura
So I
wanted
gotta
to meet
be
with all...
careful.
There's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never...
No, that's wrong! Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
You're acting mighty guilty right
Red
now.
polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago! It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her!
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was... when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Okay, why'd you say it like that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly
Oh
suspicious!
my god, Hiro.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Okay, interesting.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
What would a shiny message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh, hold on. But when did Kyoko find the message with the dying...
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, That clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Make your argument. Okay. I
can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I just want to see what
And
else.
I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. Okay. I'm like... Sorry, I'm trying to decide if this is not like a trick on me or something. Because there's only one thing he says, which is what we use to refute. So either... I don't know if I'm using one of Kyoko's things in order to refute him, or if it's just the actual bullet that I have. At the time, where was the magazine? Okay, so that's the thing. Am I using the second part? Am I using the second part of Kyoko's thing? Because she has two...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying... When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh no! Oh no!
And I can tell you when I found the dying message, it was only after I found the magazine tucked away. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
Oh, interesting.
What's your problem?
What I said makes total sense!
I can tell you exactly
When I found
when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine
Keep
shelf.
doing that.
When I pulled it out, I saw.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
Okay, so I need to make sure to...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
I don't know if this is it.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh my god!
No, that's wrong.
Thank god. Stupid pink words.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
Hiro, just tell us what's going on.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
The Vienna sausage? What?
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Okay, without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. What is this? Make your argument? Okay, hold on, because this is the part, the bulletin battle. Because I missed the thing with reloading. Right mouse button to lock on, attack with left mouse button, reload is tab. Press tab in time with the rhythm to... Okay, so I need to press tab in time with the rhythm to reload the bullets. Each button press will reload one bullet. If you have difficulty, blah blah. Press the space key. See, there's a whole bunch of things I have to remember. Press the space key to activate fever time, which will consume the focus gauge. During fever time, you will not require to reload, okay? And the tempo will be forced to maximum. Nega Time during the battle when your enemy may activate Nega Time. When this happens, the tempo marker will disappear, making it more difficult to match the timing. In other words, their word bombs will explode after a short amount of time. If your Nega Time will never occur, but then if we use the fever time, we can counteract that, I believe. So, okay. So, really, all I have to concentrate on is left mouse button, right mouse button, and and tab and space if I need to use it.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Oh my god.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
I don't even know what the timing was.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Yeah, I completely lost the timing.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
I just wonder if Hiro's just being really dumb right now, or if he actually killed her.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of people to meet as well. Okay. This is not suspicious at all. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
Okay. But where... Was a puddle of blood already there? Like, when did she vomit blood?
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Okay, so Hiro legitimately thinks... Yeah, because... Everything screams like a setup to me, so...
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
2 missing bottles or... Why was the magazine... What we had to do after writing the message, it doesn't make sense.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Yeah, basically.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Okay, what do we got? Make your argument. Kyoko examination summary, status of Sakura's body, yellow powder.
I didn't want...
Okay, there's 3 things. So, examination of Sakura's body, which I'm not sure what's that going to reveal. Status of Sakura's... Status of Sakura's body? What do they mean by that? And then there's the yellow powder, which I don't know what to go for.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind, before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Oh my god.
After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I thought I hit that pink letter, but I guess it didn't. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head... Oh shoot, I should have read that.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf near, and I hit Ogre from behind, before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong! If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Okay, Vyakia. Isn't it possible to look at the bullets' descriptions? You know, if there's a way, I don't know how. I don't know if I just press F1 and look through my truth. Go to my the files, which I'm not sure if I tried before and it didn't work, but...
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on! How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles feels like it's starting to become clear. Connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each was holding. Okay, so chess piece. Okay. Okay, we're totally doing this since it gives me time to actually look. So chess pieces. I think that's what it is. Chess piece. CHESSPIECE. Okay. So this one's actually an easier time for me. So I need a C. No. No. There we go. Oh my god. Forever. Oh, I need an S. Sorry. Oh, okay. Another E.
Now I understand! That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was...
Knight.
The knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
One piece.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better!
Not the point, hero.
Yeah! Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
I got it!
Excited.
The bottle must have been broken.
I'm sorry, I saw like excited. I'm like, what do you mean the bottle was excited? Who would choose that? Unless it's by accident.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just an evidence that proves it is. Okay. Oh.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Some bullying aficionado? Or is it maybe the first
The bottle that
child?
was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. I don't know how they know it didn't come before. I have to think about that, but...
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Okay.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but...
Okay, but then who wrote her name in the magazine? Because she wouldn't do it.
But there's no evidence I had anything to do with it!
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong.
Oh my god.
That's just the kind of guy I am.
Ah, Hiro.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Byakuya's like, I'm so done with this.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Honestly, I see it as being plausible, considering high situations, your memory's not gonna... High stress situation, your memory's not gonna be that great.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
Locker.
You don't know what you're talking about! I never went in the rec room!
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous! Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin!
This doesn't explain the poison part, so there's still way more to go up with this. No, it's not all ridiculous. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room, and I have it. She left it there for anyone to find her. What? A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Fine. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. What do you mean? What are you doing? From now on, you've got to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Okay, I've been using the mouse wheel to select the truth bullets, but I find the mouse wheel, I kind of hate it, so pressing Q. Also, why does it say nor use the... You mean or use the mouse wheel? Also like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you feel both chose from. But for educational purposes, we're gonna pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once. Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. This is only halfway through the game? What? Well then, good luck and have fun. There's so few of us left.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Okay.
That's enough!
Ah, I hate this. Lock her handprint. There we go, lock her handprint. Oh, I missed it.
I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough!
This should prove it.
Okay, this thing had started back off a little bit before.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
The handprint? Unless you have fingerprints to... Okay.
It doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
I guess that was the best they got. Yeah, whew. I'm really screwing up with the tempo timings on those bullpen battles.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Okay. Music just cuts out.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Again, why would she write her name in the magazine?
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
So I'm wondering if she's going to think it's Genocide Jill, but the problem, Genocide Jill has a very specific way of killing people, right?
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Oh, did he mention writing her name? I totally forgot about that. Or I wasn't paying attention. Or I was just really exasperated with Hiro at that point.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
Okay, he did mention that? Okay, so I completely forgot.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean? Oh, what convenient timing for that sneeze.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Okay.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's going
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Yeah.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Okay. So what does it mean by status of Sakura's body?
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Yeah, see, I can't press F1, so I can't look into the status of Sakura's body. Which one's that one? That and then there's the yellow powder. Or it could be something we have to choose in the thing itself.
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong! We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
This has to be the blood by the magazine shelf, I'm assuming. Oh, keep doing that.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf.
You keep pressing left mouse button and really it's the right mouse button to like present your evidence.
The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it! Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Can she move Sakura's body?
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors! There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Did you press F1 or escape? I pressed F1. F1's to bring up the device, and it doesn't work. So I can literally only press escape, which only brings up how to do the bullet time battles and the various other sequences in the class trials. So you literally, that's what the whole pre-trial thing is, being able to look over your evidence. But either way, we finished with that, and I happened to get it right the first time. So yeah! No way Toko was hiding in the locker is because...
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then. Where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her! Thank you very much!
She looks so pleased with herself.
You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Okay, so how is Hina involved? God, unfortunate.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
That or Sakura did commit suicide. Okay. Is this now going to be the yellow powder in her shoes? Yellow powder... Okay, I'll put the yellow powder right now, but...
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Nope, okay.
Shoot!
I need to think one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Okay. So... I can't think of anything within the speeches themselves that would cause a contradiction with each other.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
Sorry, let me think about this. So we have the yellow powder. The Monokuma file just states about the blow to the head and the vomiting of blood. Oh, is it the vomiting of blood? Because Ioi's account would not make sense.
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her...
No, that's wrong! According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean... maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, The file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Okay.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Okay, woo. Calm down, Jill.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along!
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. You know, you gotta give it to him. He has conviction. But as if it was the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
That's not the issue.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in the B. What's this? Hangman's Gambit. Okay, so protein. I'm assuming protein. Yeah, okay, so that first would have to be protein. The protein drink. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Me and E, you're kind of in the way. Oh. Okay, apparently you can't shoot too far up, as I'm learning. Okay. Oh wait, I need a D. Sorry, I don't know why females need a P. I... N... There we go.
Now I understand! The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Okay, see how that...
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Evidence that shows who switched them. It has to be... Oh, the footprints.
I got it!
Keep doing that, I
The
keep pressing.
footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Damn, Hina. I was hoping it wasn't gonna be, but...
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
I don't know if you can tell if, like, the shoe print is a sneaker. You can, I mean... Shoe prints tend to have very unique tread marks, but... I don't know. I don't know if you can tell if it's simply sneakers just by looking at the shape of it, but... The tread marks, at least, you can be able to tell with that, right? Unless it's all smudged up. Okay, well then, okay, let me see the shoe size.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... The two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
You see, I would understand if Byakuya was saying this to Makoto, but Kyoko...
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
How did the rumors be
Are
locked?
you talking about the locked room problem?
See, unless Sakura is the one who locked the room herself.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Okay, so was this a scheme between Hina and Sakura then?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail?
Also, how did Sakura get the powder in her shoes?
Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told, First, you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
But then the footprints lead straight to Section A, right?
Yeah.
That's true. Isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Till we figure it out. Till I cover the full truth of this case. Okay. So is this gonna be... footprints in the powder?
First, I went to Section C.
Oh! I can bring it up. Good to know. Okay. Did I not press it? Oh, you know what? Either that or I press escape first and try to press F1, which, why did I do that? So the yellow powder, that's what that was about. Kyoko. Footprints in the powder. Sorry, I had to like look up again what it was. So I want to see specifically what does this say. Someone left footprints in the powder. From this, it can only be seen that the suspect only had business in this area. Okay. Let's assume it's this one and not the other choices.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, that's wrong! You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice the left footprints.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
He's like, I can't be wrong. It's literally why he's angry right now.
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
He is so upset.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Can you stop holding evidence?
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Kyoko, can you... She is just taking her chance to really dig at him. Yeah, okay.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Is it the chest piece? No? Piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Oh my god.
Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Is it the missing...
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of light blue glass Kyoko found... Oh wait, it's... Was it from when the... What? A light blue glass, but that's only from like the window, right?
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
Yeah, that's a good one.
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? According to what Hina told us... Sections... Okay, so what's the section A?
shoot!
Okay, sorry, I'm just like...
What's
placed-
strange is that,
Okay, blah 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 blah.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room.
Okay, so Hina switched out the bottles. The protein shake bottle. Because that's why it was on top without any... On top of the glass, and then... Okay.
It was there at least until the window got broken.
But
In
why-
other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
Is there at least until the window...
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Just answer the question.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Oh my god, dude. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence, there's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Okay. Was the... Okay, I'm gonna assume empty protein drink.
When it
And just want to make sure, because this one is about it being on top of the... 13 shards of glass broken into the room were found underneath the container. Okay.
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying... someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible!
God, why is...
It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be!
It was in there before.
Or the rec room was on...
No, that's wrong! You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
I don't know why he's taking this so hard. Like he's taking it really hard that he could possibly get a conclusion wrong, which is...
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh, look at you being polite.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought to the rec room.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Definitely went to section C. Okay, this would be the... Oh, we're making arguments? Oh. Oh, damn it.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Can I just say, my heart's actually beating after that bullet time battle. I was like, I can't screw this up.
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
One that killed Sakura? Am I actually... There's only one way to explain it. This way.
Here's my answer! The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it! I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. I'll show you ladies Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. And then, okay, so this is the reveal.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Okay. I was wondering, are we actually gonna do this? Everyone got their notes. Toko hid herself in the locker. He comes in, freaks out, grabs one with bottle, smashes. This is the one with the horse. Is it like that? How's this? Maybe. Wait. No, here we go. This makes more sense. Okay. Then he writes Toko's name. If I could find it. There we go. Okay, so she pops out. Hides the... Sakura wakes up. And then she uses the queen. See if I can find it. Here we go. Hit on the head twice. And then she runs away. Guess that's it. Da-da. Is this supposed to be on the ground? Like, I can't tell what this image is. I'll put that there for now, but... Okay, so let's have a look again. Yeah, okay, so I think that's her hiding something in her pocket. Okay, let's have a look. All the notes. She goes, hides in the closet, the locker. It's giving candy, freaks out. Toko's name. Toko pops out the locker, puts the magazine upside down. Smash bottle. Takes chemical poison. Okay, I think we got it.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
What? That wasn't it? Unless it's reversed. Like, this is her hiding in the locker. I guess with her more nervous look, but... And then here... Where is it? Here she's more calm.
Here's exactly what happened! But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Okay, so how's this... Okay. Only 98. It's disappointing. Oh well,
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on!
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died... It's because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why...
You should have been the one to die!
I couldn't let her be the only one that died. Whoa.
What?
You don't mean... You were gonna take all of us with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
We're serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura... Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
To talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina.
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura... She clearly believed... She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
So that's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Right. Wait, right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. Oh, what's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had a weakness just like any other person. She got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
Sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you just say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Cause her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But he already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
It can't be helped if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. And you even have Sakura's signature on it.
You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Pung!
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Phew!
Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
Shing!
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, and okay, and scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first
But
place?
hold on!
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed!
Okay, geez. Talk about buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there is nothing I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
Why is she only, why is she only speaking every other line? However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred. Seriously, can you just say your just say all of it? Don't I have to interject every single time for you?
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
Fine, make me speak. My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If their mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest of you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I don't understand how she felt, not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with the fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go.
How strange.
Anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, It would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What? What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward
It's
to,
all clear now.
and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, mind if maybe I can catch on fire?
Everyone...
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
What?
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But...
Is it me?
Wrong!
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the Bear Times 1 rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let go to waste.
Yahoo!
So, for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest.
A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Don't tell me you're gonna take her... Damn it. Damn it. You...
Oh no!
You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Phew!
That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So...
I realized how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this.
But...
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still...
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friend with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. You killed him.
Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally! No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was... I guess you would call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. But before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript.
yep.
There's still a bit more left of Sakura's notes.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school.
What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisies, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
Fine, but at least Sakura's note...
Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
Wah?
There's one last line in the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it.
Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die, she'll fight for you?
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about it. Think long. Think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trials was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us? Or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off? And the bomb explodes? I've seen like stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff. So it's not totally unheard of. No. I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there? Other than head back up.
Oh,
yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. But... You must still feel responsible. Dial back the ego a bit, girl. That kind of mystery someone like you could pose... The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then... I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No!
I cannot suffer this existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what happened here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right. I called you a sleazeball, because you are. Sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Ah.
Huh. More biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous.
I want the abuse give and take. Me. I want the abuse give and take? Okay. What's going on? What's happening? Why are they... How did the conversation come to this? I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is as such. It is soon the doors to the dining hall will... Okay then. Sweet dreams.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Someone's telling me to wake up, wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Time unknown? In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock. In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Yes, why are you waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note. I'm not gonna just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "The data center on the 4th floor." What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? Well, I thought it was locked. There's no way I'm gonna be able to find coins now, right? I'm just paranoia dictates I should look. But it's not the next chapter, so it wouldn't make sense. Either way, you know what, there'll be other times, so... Area... Yes. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door and with a certain amount of force... It didn't open. I tried again, but... It must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister?
Damn it!
Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know?
Oh, well, I just...
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right?
Hey!
I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
You look like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you going to try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something?
No, nothing like that.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed.
What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko!
You two? You guys?
The two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay.
Yeah, go on, get out of here. Shoot!
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
Oh, hold on. Listen, what was all that just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba. What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my
Mukuro
ear.
Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
You went to 6 and then question mark 7. We received the alter lump of alter ego. Okay.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we'd be faced with another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Okay. 100-mile dash, pain of junk food junkie. And that's the person who attacked Makoto when he was in that room below. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning, in a dining hall. Oh, they jumped us right here. So let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from making pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think, anyway. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
No matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. Man, you're so boring now. You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. Okay. What? But if she can't open her mouth, then she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
And you're okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how low is that rock you're hiding under?
Whew.
I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop ruining your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started an exploration. Okay, So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end the set here. In the meantime, I'm gonna go around collecting coins offhand so I don't have to do it in the live stream. And then hopefully, and if there's anyone to interact with, most likely everyone's on the other floor. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here and then collect coins in the off time. So, thank you for liking if you like. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!